So I just saw something pretty weird in the woods, and I gotta show you guys. Check that out. Don't know what that's to. It's pretty wild. If any of you guys know what skeleton that is, please let me know. I don't know if that's like a deer skeleton. I don't know what that is. It's definitely pretty weird, but gotta get back to the setup because that's a little eerie. I'm sure it's just natural, but when you're out here alone, the smallest things can creep you out. There's it's been something that I've been wanting to tell you guys, share a little story. So I work in a tubing mill, some of you may know that, and I was trying to butt two tubes up together, so I had to burn them. I had to burn it to where I could replace something in the mill, so I had two separate tubes. So I had this end of the mill pulling, this end of the mill was pushing, and I wanted to get the tubes back up together. And when I tried to do that, I had a pry bar. I was trying to pry the incoming tube down, and I was holding it a little bit over towards the side of this wall. It's in like a cooling trough, and which is like this big metal box kind of, and so I was pushing it down, and I was jogging this section of the mill to push this tube up. And as I did that, I pushed the tube up, but I went a little too far, and it buckled when it hit the other end, and it shoved my hand up into the side of the wall of the trough, this metal trough, and I ripped my hand out, and all I'm thinking is, there's no way my hand's okay, because I'm like, that's a lot of force to do something like that. And we're talking like a tube like this big. So I try to ignore it. I'm like, okay, my hand actually doesn't hurt that bad. I don't know how, but it doesn't. So I'm just gonna act like that didn't just happen. So I continued to work, and about a minute or two later, I'm like, I better check on my hand. So I wore these black rubber gloves. So I pulled the glove off, and I start to see blood on my ring finger. And I wear my wedding ring at work. Some people advise against it. I do, for whatever reason, I do. So as I pull my glove off and I see the blood, I see my ring, tungsten metal ring, just disintegrates. Like it just falls apart as I pull my glove off. And it took me a minute to realize what happened. When the tube pushed my hand into the side of the wall, into the trough, that ring saved my hand. It saved my finger. So it blew my mind. And I'm not kidding you. Like 10, 15 minutes prior to that, I was praying to God and I was thanking Him for my safety, for my whole family, for myself. And I prayed for Him to continue to watch over and keep us safe. 15 minutes before that happened. I'd never had any sort of incident like that before. So my finger was okay. I don't know. It was, when I saw the blood, it scared me. I thought that maybe it wasn't, and it was just so numb I couldn't tell. It had a couple of cuts on there because of the ring shattering, and that's an act of God. That's not luck. That's God watching over me. So I thought that would be a perfect story to share with you and lead into today's campfire devotional, which is going to be about God's protection. So with that being said, let me go grab my Bible and we'll go over the verse. So we'll be in the book of Psalms and in 121. My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. He will not allow your foot to slip. Your protector will not slumber. Indeed, the protector of Israel does not slumber or sleep. The Lord protects you. The Lord is a shelter right by your side. So I found that fascinating. When that happened, I was like, I gotta figure out a way to share my story, and what better way to put it into a campfire devotional, you know? And sometimes it can be hard to see all of His works and all of His doings, and you never know, man. Sometimes people get into a car accident like, God, why'd you let this happen to me? Well, how about the fact that you're still talking? How about the fact that you're alive? You know, you got to try your best to put it into perspective. We don't always see the big picture, and we have to humble ourselves and realize that. So I hope that verse means as much to you guys as it does me. I'm going to sit, I'm going to enjoy this fire, I'm going to enjoy the peaceful scenery around me, this beautiful forest, and I'm going to try and reflect on that, and reflect on all that He's done for me. And probably shortly after this, I'll probably end up just watching a little movie and heading off to bed. Oh, this is nice. That fire feels so good. I feel so warm, so cozy.